That's it down there. We should put a little sticky. I've used some of our push tape.
Yeah, cut a little triangle off. Well, we're currently live here on YouTube. We thought we'd just talk to people, either live or maybe as a replay. We just want to talk about our latest short film that we're going to be coming out with in the next couple of weeks or months, depending on how long everything takes. It's called The Asylum Groove. I'll get the script in a second and I'll give people... Yeah! Jared Johnson.
Jared, you're like... No, it's either the first or the second person that tunes into these, so that's pretty cool. Let's move this light around before watching. So, hello, Jared.
My hair looks stupid today.
It does look stupid today.
I'm going to put a hat on.
No, it doesn't. This is not going to stay on YouTube forever. Yeah, so we just thought we'd do another improv live. It's Friday, I suppose. Last thing to do this week.
Yeah, happy Friday, everyone. How are you all doing today?
Currently at work, so I've now got something to listen to while I edit. Oh, that's cool. It's always good to have something, especially if it's a long edit. That looks even more stupid.
That looks stupid.
So yeah, yesterday what we did was we went to the location for our next short film and kind of just did kind of a first looks. Barry is just tuned in. They keep going on.
Happy Friday, Barry. Hello, Rory.
Rory.
As Rory says he's not well.
I'm
just going to check these comments.
Yeah,
we're good.
So we went to the location yesterday, just did first looks, moved some furniture around. It's like a big old assembly hall. It's a bit grimy and a bit horrible. We kind of moved things around, walked around, felt the space a little bit, and then just kind of set some lights up and just to get first looks and see what we need to do for the location when we make it and when we light it. So
we have a vlog coming out on Sunday that'll go into more detail about what we did, because we vlogged it.
Yeah.
Also known as behind the scenes. We're not calling them vlogs anymore.
Yeah. By the way, if anyone's got any questions about anything, just put them in the comments. This won't be staying on YouTube forever, so yeah. So sorry if our faces go like this. It's because we're trying to read a comment. Sorry.
Rory says your studio is super cool. Been watching your studio tour over and over for ideas. Keep it up. Well, Rory, if you've got any particular questions that maybe we didn't cover, give us a shout.
Yeah.
We're here right now, so we can go grab whatever it is you want to talk about and talk about it in further detail.
So we've got our script for our next film, which is called Asylum Groove.
Yeah, we figure look, we had our glasses on.
Yeah, you do. We're not going to go. We don't want to tell anyone like the story and the whole concept.
Yeah, we don't want to go into too much detail, just in case someone steals it. But we want to give a couple of clues. I think it's going to be a bit of a surprise. Yeah, the whole point. So. Here's a couple of clues about the film. So we're going to base it. It's going to be sort of like an old school. Where it's going to be between the 30s and the 70s. I know that's a long time, but it's because the range needs to be before the internet, before technology.
Yeah. And yes, Jared, this is the film with... It's got dialogue, but it's only got one word of dialogue.
One word of dialogue.
And that was... we got... Nate from Nate's Film Tutorials give us the challenge of make a film with one word of dialogue, and we give him a challenge, which actually if you head over to his channel, he's got some kind of
he's got a 15-minute podcast where he's talking about his challenge that we gave to him.
Yeah, and he's got some cool photographs. It looks like a cool
check
location.
out his social media because it should be good. I read his script the other day as well, and it should be really
sent over.
Yeah,
I'll give that a read.
But sent them both over, and then he got some feedback on.
Cool.
Right, so we'll give you a couple of clues about the film. There'll be a record player in the film. Mm-hmm. It's in an asylum. That's why it's called The Asylum Groove. And yes, there is a little bit of dancing in the film. Now, we don't have dance experience, although I did do 1 year street dancing when I was 11 years old. So I can moonwalk pretty good, I'm not going to lie.
We're not having any moonwalking.
I can even moonwalk better when I've had a bit of drink.
We're not having any moonwalking in this film. Like, not having it. So the...
Guys, use vote if you want moonwalking in the...
So the script's only like a page and a half, but one bit it's probably just going to be about 3 minutes, 3 to even 4 minutes if that. But we don't really know yet. It's all going to go down to this one middle section where most of the stuff's happening.
Yeah.
So we don't know how long that's going to be. It's going to depend on the song that we choose and find as well. So
yeah. So the premise of the film is you've got this guy in an asylum. and he's sort of tidying up a room, and he's having a mop, and then the music starts playing, and he starts having a good time.
Yeah, so it's quite simple in fact, but it's something we've never done, this type of film.
Yeah, it's very abstract, this film. It's not in terms of like, it's super clean cut narrative. It's a bit artsy. In fact, it's a little bit pretentious, but we've never really done anything like this before. So,
yeah.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of pretension, just as long as we're not, being daft about it.
I think with what we just did yesterday, which you'll kind of see on Sunday, we just worked out a lot, and I think we're going to learn a lot from this, and it's going to be something very different. I mean, it's kind of, we've gone from one extreme to the other, and we're not making it easy for ourselves, I don't think, with this, by any stretch. But it should be fun to make, so and if anyone's kind of working on anything, just let us know and ask some questions to see, otherwise it's, oh, there we go. I'll keep talking while you read that.
Yeah, so Leo asks, hello, not sure if you already answered this before, but how do you come in with an original idea for a film? You ever had an idea, Googled it and found someone already did it? I mean, it happens every now and then. There's always going to be an idea. It's never going to be completely original, but you always just have to put a spin on it if you can.
Well, even if you're going to make something that someone else has done, you haven't done that. You haven't made it. Like, it's the film that you make, if it's kind of similar to something else, that's completely fine, because you're still learning. And why not make that thing? Why not go out and do it? It's the same with like photographs. You can go and take a photograph of like Sydney Harbour Bridge, but everyone's done it, but you haven't done it, unless you have. I don't know where you're from. So why not go out and make it and learn from that experience until you're ready to make something that is original?
He also asked, how do you go about getting an original idea? It's funny because we actually did it today.
So we
talk about it a hell of a lot, actually.
We do a thing called Story in the Can, where we take post-it notes out of a can and make up a story. We did one today, which will be coming out in a couple of weeks. Our last short film, Backstage, was based on 4 post-it notes. So we had a location of a public toilet scenario, of a walk of shame, a character of a medium, and an object of a fly swatter, and we turned that into a 8-minute film. It was a bit random, but sometimes you get good stuff, sometimes you don't. Yeah.
We did one today for the Sunday show in a couple of weeks, and we came up with some pretty decent ideas. It's sometimes you never come up with like the greatest idea ever, but it sort of gets past writer's block, things like that.
Yeah.
Jared asks, here's a question: how the hell do you deal with a loss in a competition when you know the winning film didn't deserve it? I don't know. We've never.
We've only entered a couple of short film festivals, and
there's never really been a point where another film's won and we're like, oh, that didn't deserve to win.
No, I mean, I suppose if you're looking at like Oscars and awards, you might like one more than another, but I don't think anything's definitely not deserved. That's not a word.
Deserved, yeah.
Deserved of winning. We were in a film competition, our local film competition. We got in, which is in a month or so, Sunderland Short Film Festival. Yeah. We were up in the comedy section for our short film Backstage,
which is a little bit of a shame, because we didn't write it as like a full out comedy. This is going to make people laugh. So I don't think. I mean, I can almost guarantee it's not going to be the funniest film there.
No, definitely not.
But hopefully people still enjoy it.
Yeah. But we haven't entered too many film festivals. It's kind of, I'd rather spend the money on like making films. So,
yeah. But if that was going to happen, I would probably deal with it exactly like Joey Tribbiani did in Friends, and just get really, really angry. Okay, let's see what else we've got.
So we're just skimming through the comments.
Let me send you guys my entry. I'll tweet you guys. Okay, yeah. Send it over.
We'd like to watch short films, so if anyone's got any short films, we'll send them over. We'll give you some feedback.
It says still triggered. Oh, so Jared's, you've entered something and something else won, and you didn't think the winner should have won. How did you deal with it?
Yeah, it's a good question though.
So Barry says, how are you getting on with the Sony camera? I'm torn between a Canon 80D and a Sony A6300, 6500. Can you make a decision for me? Okay.
Well, we shoot on a Sony A7S.
Mark 1.
Mark 1. I mean, I've never shot in the 63 or the 6500, but they look really good for the size. The tiny little cameras, but the quality that you're getting out of them. If you're looking, I mean, I'm off the top of my head, they're £1,000 and just under £1,000 as far as I. Yeah. The Sony A7 Mark III looks for $2,000 looks like an unbelievable camera for the price. You're getting a hell of a lot in one camera. It's catered for both sides. The ISO range is ridiculous. It's clean. It's 4K. It's got IBIS, and for £2,000, it's pretty good. Depending on what your budget. We moved away from Canon just because they weren't progressing. They were at like there was about 5 generations where there was just the same. The improving quality. The color's really good, but the sharpness and the ergonomics of it, they just didn't keep up with everyone else, and Sony did.
And they didn't have video capabilities in terms of like focus peaking and zebras and stuff. You had to hack it with Magic Lantern, which
was great. I mean, Magic Lantern's fantastic. Definitely put that on the 80D if you can, because you just unlock more functions. But yeah, I kind of like the Sony. It'll, depending on what you're shooting on now. If you're already shooting on Canon, you will need to get used to the shooting on Sony. But the 6500 range, they look really good for the price, and it also depends on what you're shooting. I would say get a cage for it as well, because it's quite a small camera. So, So.
And hello to anyone else who's just tuned in. Oh, someone just tuned in and then tuned out. There must have been I had to go. I don't know. Get the dinner.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, anything about cameras and stuff, it's kind of. Oh no, it's okay, Barry. I kind of like talking about equipment. So, but whatever you get, let us know. Because I would like to know. The 80D does look good. Like if you're doing stills, it depends on which lenses you've got. Because you've got Canon lenses, it is nice to have the same lenses for the same body. We use Canon lenses on a Sony, and it works. But you don't get all of the functions and the adapters we've got. Don't buy Comlight adapters.
If you're looking at the what's the expensive one called?
It's the E-mount adapter to EOS adapter, and the Comlight one is about £50. And we've gone through like 3 of them, and they're just
they don't last. They don't
last very long. The aperture just keeps jumping all over the place. I can't Metabones. Metabones are more expensive, but there might be a better option out there. But get something. I wouldn't get the Comlight ones because we're going to have to buy some new ones soon, which is a bit annoying. So.
Which is annoying because it's going to eventually be the same cost as Metabones.
If you're going to get the kind of like the Sony camera and you don't have any lenses, go with the Sony range or the Sigma range, Sigma Art, because then at least they'll be native and you won't have to adapt. But it just depends what you're shooting. What you're shooting, let us know.
Yeah. Jared says, listen to the podcast today as well. It's a Film Look Friday. It certainly is a Film Look Friday.
Is it out?
Yeah, it's out now.
Is it out now?
Yeah. We watched The Terminal. We did some trivia. And we answered some questions about showreels as well.
We broke The Terminal down in terms of like filmmaking properly. So the cinematography, sound design, the characters, the direction, the acting. And then we realised that we don't actually like that film.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems with the film The Terminal, which at first was quite surprising because it's a Spielberg movie starring Tom Hanks, and the music was composed by John Williams. So
and it's a true story.
And it's a true story, and like the whole concept is really cool. But we ended up breaking it down, and did we break it down?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
So hello, Obi.
Hello. Hi, Obi. If money wasn't an issue, what would you guys use for your films? DSLR, mirrorless, or cinema camera? I'm happy with what we're using, to be honest. The camera, so for example, the Asylum Groove, it's difficult getting the exposure correct for our character because it's in a church assembly hall with a hell of a lot of light, and in order to expose the background here, obviously that's blown out there. In order to expose that, it means that the subject will be really dark. I think if money wasn't an issue, we would just have bought a shed load of lights.
Yeah, we would have got like big powerful lights. I mean,
the camera really, like if we went to like an Alexa Mini or something, it would have a bit more pull
Dynamic
in terms
range.
of post-production.
Yeah. Well, the thing is with the camera, I've had this experience where I did use a more expensive camera on a film, and I hadn't used it. I didn't know it inside out, not like the Canon one at the time that I had, and I just couldn't get comfortable with the camera. So if I was going to use a more expensive camera, I would either want to have it for quite a few months to test it, shoot on it, and know it inside out, or someone else would be operating it, because you don't want the camera. You should know the camera. It doesn't matter what image it's getting. If it's going to get in your way from telling you filming your story, don't use it. Just use what you're comfortable with. And if you want to shoot on a better one, like it says, get comfortable with that camera. Use it, have it, and shoot with it. Because
it's weird. We've had that question a few times. Like, if money wasn't an issue, would you buy loads more stuff? And as soon as we got the A7S Mark I, it was like, it does the job.
The only time I think we would shoot on something like that, like a more expensive camera, is if we were shooting for like, if we got a contract for Netflix to shoot a TV show, because you have to shoot it on certain cameras in certain formats.
Yeah.
Like if you're shooting a film for the cinema,
it's got to be like 8K.
Yeah, we're
HDR.
not going to shoot on a Sony A7S. We can, but for the workflow for a, kind of to make a film or a TV show, the reason you get those expensive cameras is because they just work a lot better.
Yeah, they're a lot more robust.
Yeah.
All the buttons are on the outside, so they're a lot easier and quicker to use.
Yeah.
The picture quality is only partly of why it's such an expensive thing, but it's reliability that's the major thing. And if Netflix threw us a couple of million quid to make something, we would be like, oh yeah, let's shoot on this A7S that we've literally just complained about 5 minutes before.
Yeah. And there's certain formats that you need to shoot on for Netflix and Amazon. They go, you have to shoot on this particular camera and format, which is pretty cool.
So Rory says, I'm in need of a new editing computer and I have $2,000 to spend from various video jobs. I'm thinking about getting a 5K 27-inch iMac. Would you say that's better than building or buying a PC?
Ooh,
well, in terms of PC, building one from scratch is going to be a hell of a lot cheaper because you're no longer paying a manufacturer to build it for you.
Yeah.
You can go onto websites like PC Part Picker, PC Specialist, and they'll give you a big list of stuff.
And you can also upgrade it as well if you build it. You can take the graphics card out later on and upgrade it. But with an iMac, you can't do that. The only thing is with the new iMacs, apparently they are pretty good for the price compared to like older ones. There isn't as much of an Apple tax on, but if you buy that, you cannot change any of the components, which I don't like about it. The screen's really good.
Yeah,
the screen looks nice.
I always explain it like a PC is like a mountain bike without stabilizers. You can do sweet jumps, but you got to learn how to ride it properly. Whereas like a Mac or an iMac is that mountain bike, but they've put road wheels on and they've put stabilizers on, so you can't really fall off, but you're not going to be able to get up that ramp and do a mega jump, but you'll never break it.
The thing is, if you do get an iMac, one of the new ones, you'll be happy with it. Like you'll be able to edit on it.
Yeah, like
it'll work really well.
The good thing about an iMac is you turn it on and it just works.
Yeah.
A PC, you kind of have to be a bit more IT literate in order to really get the most juice out of it.
Yeah,
but I think if you're a PC guy and you like video games and stuff like that, getting a PC is going to be the better option.
I do like the
operating system.
The operating system I do like, and I do like the look of a Mac. So.
yeah. If you're buying a computer for the look of it and you want this sleek look, get yourself an iMac.
I've just had a text from my dad, and he says there's a fuzzy line going along the bottom. Hello, Dad.
Right, that'll be because instead of a tripod, we're using a box.
Yeah.
So the fuzzy line will be that.
I'll find something to put that on. 2 seconds. It's just because the camera. Can you turn your phone the other way?
There we go. That'll do. That's easy.
We'll just not kick the table.
Just don't kick the table again. Alright, let's have a look at some more comments.
I didn't know that, Dad. Thank you very much. Mum, as well. I've just had a text from my mum and my dad. Shout out.
Right. Oh, geez. Rob, listen, man. We got to talk.
Well, what about?
Whoa, what about?
What did I mention earlier?
Leo asks, and why? Sorry, Leo, we're a few minutes behind, so if you can ask why, what it is you were asking earlier. We've got Enderly Pictures. Have you guys got any tips for securing locations for a film? Kind of struggling at the moment.
Oh, God.
It's funny, if you watch some of our blogs from a few months ago, we secured a location and then we lost it. And
Literally the week afterwards, after we made the video. Short film Disaster, I think it's called, on our channel. It's one of those things you'll find the right location, it'll be perfect, everything will just be right, and then if you don't have the right access, that is not the perfect location anymore. The access is more important probably than how good it looks, because if you can get in there a couple of days before, set everything up, and it's just, you can work with it, you can change the colour of the walls, that's better than having the perfect location. The access is more important from what we've learned anyway. Having
an ideal location but a very limited time to shoot it in.
Yeah,
you'll never complete your film that way.
We've got 2 films that we're currently working on. We're at the location for the last one. Yesterday, you'll see a video on Sunday about it, and we've actually just figured out where the next location is, which is possible location for the next one, and it's very close, and we didn't realise.
Yeah, we can literally knock on the wall. Yeah. And only today did it occur to us that we could actually maybe shoot there.
Yeah.
And when it happened, we were thinking,
yeah. Wow, sometimes the most obvious place is there's a really good tip actually Richard says in Sunday's video about the location and how it should look. So you can check that out.
So yeah, in terms of tips for securing a location, we've never really done like the official pay someone, so we've got it for like a week and there's all these contracts and stuff. We've always just found something in kind where someone has a spare space that we've ended up using. But the best thing is just ask a load of people, and they might not know, but they might know someone. And where we shot backstage, that was 3 degrees of separation between us and the manager of that location. And it's like we knew someone who knew someone who knew someone, and then they went to a church that this guy works at, who then has access to the keys at this location.
Yeah.
And he said yes, and then everyone else said yes, and then we said yes.
Yeah. Right.
Alright.
Oh, well, man's behind here. Sorry, everyone. We've done... Jared's calling us out on something, so hopefully guess what it was. Says American Pie was better than Get Out. It was on the edge...
No, he said he didn't like GoldenEye. All right, Jared's giving us a live, live feed from the podcast.
Yeah, so
right now.
I said American Pie was better than Get Out, and Get Out is a good film. I just don't get why people thinks it's so good, but that's just my opinion. You really like that, and
yeah,
I hate GoldenEye. I just absolutely hate that game. Don't get us started.
Explain why you don't like GoldenEye though.
Why I don't like GoldenEye.
But do it in like 60 seconds.
Okay, anytime I used to play it, I used to go around with friends and he was really good at it and I wasn't, and that's all we played for hours. But I just think it's still really bad.
Yeah, it doesn't hold up.
GoldenEye. Don't.
I loved GoldenEye at the time, but try playing it now and you'll only play it for about 10 minutes. And then you'll put paintball mode on and everyone will play as Odd Job and then you'll have a real good time.
And I didn't know where all the secrets were.
Jared says Rich is cooler officially.
Oh, okay.
I don't believe that. I think Rob's a lot cooler than me.
Afternoon all.
Oh, Teddy's here. Hi, Teddy. Who says, got it. Thanks, guys. You're welcome. I don't remember what it was, but okay. Right, so Rory says, yeah, the upgrade is the biggest reason it's good for years. I also edit with a PC now, but the 5K screen is tempting.
The monitor looks really good, but you could spend £1,000. I suppose you would spend £1,000 on a monitor, wouldn't you?
You could get a 4K TV for less than $700, and it'll be bigger than the iMac.
You can get some decent monitors now. That's 4K.
Yeah,
that's relative. I could do with some new monitors, to be honest.
Yeah. But yeah, the upgrade ability just means that it's always going to be teetering towards being as good as it can for at least 4 to 5 years before you have to start replacing things.
I would just have, if I was going to get a 4K monitor, I would just keep the monitors, the current monitors I got, and like you said, just get a 4K TV, because you can get a 4K TV for around about £400.
Yeah.
And if you're just using the TV to view the playback on and not do everything else, it should be on.
Yeah.
Actually, it should be alright anyway.
Oh, Garth, yeah, hi Garth, how you doing?
Garth.
He says, go with the AMD Ryzen 7, geared towards video work.
Ryzen 7, yeah.
I don't know much about AMD CPUs, but supposedly the new generation's quite good.
Yeah. What have we got? We've got
it's an Intel i9.
Yeah.
The one that we got sent from MSI.
Yeah.
Stefan says, how long did it take you guys to be able to live off making films? How long did you have to hustle for free? Well, little did you know, Stefan, that we aren't living completely off it. We still get subsidised by living rent-free in our parents' homes.
Yeah, we do. And, you know, we do client work. So we do work for other companies, make videos for other people. And this YouTube channel is full-time, but so is that, kind of. And I think it's just hustle until you can say no to the free work, which is always nice. And then you'll get to a barrier where you'll be able to say no to the cheap work. And then you'll be able to say, oh! Sorry about that.
Technical difficulties.
Right, what else have we got? Right, we've got a couple of more minutes. How long does it take?
Mads is here. Hi, Mads.
Hello.
You guys already answered my questions. Thanks again. No problem, Leo. Toby Garside Films is here. Hello, Toby.
Hello.
Adam Opie says swap glasses.
Okay, we'll not be able to see, I don't think.
Should we do impressions of each other?
Oh, God, you are blind. Whoa! Hello, my name's Richard. Yeah, that'll do.
Hi, my name's Rob.
Kind of.
I really love the 35mm lens.
You like the 35mm lens?
I know,
as well?
but you like it more than me.
So I shoot on it more. Jared Johnson, still love Rob, thank you very much. It's just Rob cool level has dropped like 40%. I think, well, let's have a conversation. Tweet at us about why you like GoldenEye and Get Out. I'm glad Get Out won the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay, because it is, but I don't think the film is all up there. I don't think his mate's very good in it.
He says, do you or would you shoot on mobile devices for B-roll, etc.? If the picture quality was close enough, possibly yes.
I would probably use on Richard's phone. I wouldn't shoot it on mine. Mine's like a 5. What's this? S5?
S5.
So
Galaxy S5.
Yeah, it's terrible. Richard's, you've got a pretty good phone, haven't you?
Yeah, and it's pretty decent slow-mo as well. I've got the S8. And
S9's coming out now, is it?
Yeah, I think it's just been released.
Like
so maybe for like super slow-mo or something, if you really need a certain capability that your phone can do.
Time-lapse maybe?
Time-lapse, yeah. Or the fact that your phone's so small, you can like cram it into something maybe.
Yeah. It's good, like, say you're in the car and you just want to shoot something.
But the coolest thing about it is that your phone is like almost at the quality of like a camera. Whereas like 10 years ago, like a phone didn't have a camera.
Yeah. My first one didn't have a camera.
What's the thing in the background with the pink thing?
Oh, it could be that picture. What? I guess.
Alright.
Ow.
And then Teddy says, rest in peace phone. I did actually catch it, Teddy. So
phone mount coming down.
Yeah, we've got a phone mount instead of using this whole cardboard box setup. So Jared says, the new Steven Soderbergh film Unsane was filmed all on the iPhone. You all interested in seeing that? I am interested in seeing that.
I don't think it looks very good. It was shot on the phone. I know.
Is this is the one in the like the mental institute?
Yeah,
place?
you can really tell it's shot on the phone because everything's really wide.
Yeah, I quite like that though. I think it looks like it's like fly on the wall style.
Yeah, that's true. I'll see it.
Otherwise, it would just be like any other film.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's kind of like the Blair Witch Project being one of the first to popularise found footage.
Yeah. What's going to be interesting about that film is to see what other equipment they had, because if it's not all just shot on a phone, they would have put extra lenses in front and attached all these other things to it. That all adds up. It's not just about that. The sound equipment's probably worth more than that. Oh, by the way, this is the thing with the pink thing in the background. Our friend Sian, she makes things like this, and she just had it hanging up. I was like, I really like that. She gave us it, and it's now hanging up in the studio. I like that. I mean, it's one of my favourite pieces of art. Right, what we got?
Teddy says, oh man, we're getting too many comments. Oh man, I saw the trailer the other day. It looks alright for some scenes.
Yeah, I think for some scenes it probably will work, but it's the entire film and everything's, I don't know.
As long as, to me, it feels like it's going past the gimmick. I feel like it's used for a reason.
If the film comes out and the story's really good, great, it was shot on a phone. Yeah. If it works.
Right, so Adam Orby says, as more and more jobs become automated by robots and AI, what do you think will be the first film set job that is replaced by robots? I reckon it'll probably be glide cam and steady cam operators.
Yeah, I reckon.
As they're almost there now.
Yeah.
Sorry, Opie.
You could probably, I suppose, as soon as the technology gets even better, the hardest job on set, which is like the first AC follow focus, that job, I think it'd be more like
they've already got technology where you can put like infrared little balls inside the hairline of people's hair.
Oh, right.
So the camera, you mount another camera on top and it measures the detail and it always keeps the lens in focus.
Oh, well, that's pretty
I remember they had that at some sort of convention a couple of years ago.
That's probably going to save like a boatload of time when the shot's really complicated and it's fast moving, and if it's more accurate than a person doing it. Probably is that. I mean, I would hate to have that job on set.
It'll be anything sort of in terms of like mechanical things. So like focus pulling. If a computer can do it as good as a person, then it'll probably disappear. Jared Johnson says, speaking of Blair Witch, y'all mentioned that on the podcast. Would be interested to hear you guys review it. Have you seen the Blair Witch Project?
No, I don't want to.
Too scary.
No, because I know what it's all about now, and I think if I didn't know it was found footage, and the only thing I know about the Blair Witch Project is when they do it on Scary Movie and it's like up the nose. Yeah, that's the only thing.
It's a good film though. It's suspenseful. It's good. It has some tension.
I'll watch anything. You watch anything.
And then Adam Opie says, "No,
yeah.
I was only kidding, Adam." Teddy says, "Check out the film that was written by an AI. It's pretty funny." There was a film written by an AI.
Is that AI the film?
Have you seen that film?
No, I haven't.
That's pretty scary, that film.
Is it?
That's another Spielberg film, I do believe. If you hadn't been filmmakers, what would you both have been? Right, strangely enough, maybe IT. I'm into computers.
Yeah, it's always an IT job.
But
I've always liked making stuff, so I would have been making something.
Yeah. I think I would have just been a professional gamer back in the day when I was really good at Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
You were pretty good at it, weren't you?
I was alright,
Beat lots of people. No, I don't know. Well, I went to uni and did business, so that wasn't very creative. It was more obviously all academic, but afterwards I knew that I needed to do something like make something, so it would be something I would have to be making. I suppose that would be a hobby. Along with a job.
Yeah.
I'm glad I do what I do.
Jared says, Rob, my boy, you went to New York. What food did you enjoy most?
Oh, don't get us. Well, I had loads of dollar slices, but I had some pork buns, which were the best.
Like Japanese pork buns?
Japanese pork buns. They were so good. I can't remember the places, two of them in New York, but I had lots of coffee, lots of dollar slices, and pork buns. So I really like New York. I was there for like a week. Right, it's not interesting at all. He asked the question though.
No, he did.
So, I'm in more than 30 minutes now. Should we wrap this up a little bit?
Yeah, let's wrap this up. If you've got any more comments, questions, queries, I don't know why I said it like that.
Comments, questions, queries.
Get them out and we'll answer them right now. If not, we'll be leaving at 34 minutes.
Yeah, well, this will be staying online for like 24 hours or a couple hours or however long we decide. Then we'll be taking off, but we'll be doing more random ones like this because it's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, the plan is to just continue to make these like impromptu live streams where you got to be around to see what we're doing. Yeah. So Garth says, Roger Deakins summed it up on the Directors Roundtable where he said it's not about the camera, it's about what's in the frame. Yep. Could shoot on an iPhone for all I care, and I agree. In a way, I think if Roger Deakins got his hands on an iPhone and started shooting something, he would go, oh man, I regret that decision.
Well, I think he would do it, but he couldn't have shot Blade Runner on an iPhone, so...
It's sort of the limitations of it in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, most of it is what's in front of the camera is going to make it great.
I completely agree with him though, but yeah.
Because it was an argument about people shooting on film.
He could, one guy says every time he shoots digitally, he can't get used to it. It's like the film look, but it's not always his choice. And Deakins is just like, he even puts his hands up like this. I'm sick of having this conversation. He's pretty honest. I really like Deakins about that.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
But
and he's a fellow Englishman as well.
But he wouldn't have been able to shoot Blade Runner on an iPhone. So
well, he would. We wouldn't have been able to see anything.
Yeah, the effects would have been.
It wouldn't have been crisp enough to do any of the visual effects with any sort of
He would have needed to turn his lights up a little bit more as well.
Yeah. So. Super excited for the new short film. When do you begin? Principal shooting will begin. hopefully, when is it? It's like mid-March now. Maybe mid-April or the start of May, something like that. But we wanted to shoot it as soon as we can. It's just there are things in this that we've never really done before. So getting a choreographer. The music is very important as well because it's got a little bit of dancing in. So there are hurdles that we have to get past. And until then, we're just going to do all the things that we know we can do in the meantime. Thanks for the tips, lads. See you on the next one. Thank you, Barry, for tuning in.
No, thanks for tuning in.
Teddy says, if you're still looking for an unofficial member of the podcast for next week, hit me up. Teddy, whereabouts are you located? Can we get the train up and get you in? Because I'm off in a couple of weeks.
Christian might be off next week.
Christian might be. We can sack Christian in any time, really. Come on.
You can be in the third. He's probably not watching this, so it's fine. Right, last couple.
Lights up just a tad. Yeah. You'll have to just turn that up a little bit. Can I come up, please? Yeah, Adam. We'll let you know as soon as we get further down the line.
It's my job.
No, Adam, you can't.
No, we might need you for this actually.
You can film on anything, but I'll prefer to shoot on something designed for filming rather than having to deal with the limitations of other equipment. Yes, completely agree with you there. Hello from Norway. Hello from England.
I am. I really want to come to Norway.
Norway.
Yeah, no. That's going to be me next.
I would love to come over to the pond and do a small project with you guys. Garth, let's set that up.
It's a big pond.
You can definitely come here though, because I don't think we have enough money to come to South Africa yet.
I'd love to go to South Africa.
Yeah, me too.
I really want to go everywhere. So
maybe if like British Airways can like sponsor the season or something, we'll do that.
I'll literally go anywhere because I want to go all over the world. So
I hope you guys have a great rest of the day and an awesome weekend. I would love to chat with you guys sometime in real time.
Yeah.
Yes. Hit us up on the Twitter DMs and
you didn't just say DMs, did you?
DMs? What's wrong with that?
I don't know. It's hipster.
Old man, aren't you?
Yeah.
And let's have a Google Hangout. It would be nice to talk to you in real life, sort of real life. If I was easy from Swindon, I mean Swindon's pretty far down. The only thing I know about Swindon is it's got that roundabout that has like 7 roundabouts around it.
I've never been on
the mega roundabout.
I've been on that roundabout.
It's like the magical roundabout.
It's horrible, that roundabout. You can make a short film just about that roundabout.
Garth says we have a place to stay. Well, thank you very much, Garth. I mean,
South Africa.
South Africa? Yeah. I've never even been to Africa before, so. The magic roundabout. Yeah, right, guys, we're going to leave it there. Thank you all for joining us on this impromptu live stream. I've also just noticed, and it's going to be really weird to the viewers, that I've been looking at myself. Now I'm looking at the lens.
I've been in between, so. Sunday's videos is all about kind of us visiting the location, and I think it's an alright one.
Yeah, it's cool. BTS.
Alright.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Stop streaming. Yes. Confirm.